So I have been creating digital products on the internet for like a decade at this point, and that feels insane. But also just know that I've learned a lot of things and I know exactly what works. I know what doesn't work. And I have built out a proven digital product system that helps me make money as a creator. So I was watching a video the other day and I wish I could find it, but it was an Instagram reel and it was this guy who was saying like, if somebody's telling you how much money they make, or if somebody's whatever, they're trying to sell you something, which valid, but also he was saying that most of them were lying. Because he was like, if they're, if they have 1 million, or if they're saying they made $1 million and they have, less than 1 million followers, they're lying. And I would argue that they're probably not. Some of them might be, but they're probably not. They just know what they're doing. They know how to think like a business owner as a creator and sell things like digital products to supplement the income from brand deals and from AdSense money and things like that. So this is a system that I figured out really early on, and it's actually how I became a creator. Like I became a creator to sell my digital products. I didn't create digital products as a creator, if that makes sense. But now, a decade into this, I'm a creator who also sells digital products. So yeah, fully qualified to talk about this. I'm literally gonna lay out the entire system that I use, by the way, like I'm not fluffing about that. But first, so if you're like, oh, what kind of digital products have you created? I just don't believe you. Let me name off a few. I've created mini courses about how to DIY your own website or get off of Etsy and build your own e-commerce store. I've sold things like Lightroom templates. I've done guidebooks, I've done ebooks, I've done a lot of mini courses. That's generally where my digital products sit, but I've also done templates and I've also done Canva templates. I've also done like templates that are not at all anything to do with business or creatorness. And in fact, my most successful, or I wouldn't say most successful, it probably made the most sales, but didn't make the most money, if that makes sense, was a digital product that had nothing to do with my business and was not even in kind of like the business creator, teach people how to make money or do things realm. And that was a digital planner back in 2019. If you've been here a minute, you have heard this story, but essentially I stumbled on digital planners and I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. And all of the ones that I was finding were really ugly. Because it was so cool and so new, I knew a YouTube video about it would do really well. So I waited to do that YouTube video until the first of the year when planners are like a big deal, but also until I had my planner ready so that I could create a YouTube video about it, promote that planner in the YouTube video and sell it. And it literally blew up, like worked like gangbusters. Now, I very clearly realized that I was attracting people I didn't want to attract and selling things I didn't want to sell. So I stopped selling it and took down the videos. But it was a good run while it lasted. The first part of this system is the idea. And I feel like that's really like, duh, of course. But so many people struggle with coming up with ideas for their digital products. You're thinking about like, oh, well, what can I do? And like going and looking at other people and not sure how you can apply this advice to your niche and things like that. I feel like ideas are kind of where people get stuck, but they shouldn't be. Actually, that should be the easiest part of your digital product. But I'm a big fan of making sure I'm creating viral digital products, not just digital products, but ones that are actually going to do well in the ecosystem wherever I'm putting them. And the first question that you want to answer to come up with your viral digital product idea is, what can I create that would make my audiences something better? So their work, their world, their life, like whatever, better. So let's say you teach photography on YouTube or on Instagram. What could you create that makes your audience's life easier? Are they always asking you for a guide for like f-stop and ISO and things like that? Do they need like a beginner guide to working their camera on manual? Like, what can you do to make their life easier? And inevitably, anytime I do videos about digital products, I always get somebody in the comments who are like, you can't make $1 million from a $5 ebook. You can't make $1 million from this. You can't make $100 from it. Yeah, you can. You can. It's a scaling thing. So if you are selling a $10 ebook and you have a big audience, you're going to be able to sell more of that, right? And also the next piece of the pie that we're going to talk about in just a minute is all about how to actually make more money with your digital products, not just sell like one-off products. We'll get there in a second. I've done tons of videos on like what your digital products could be. So we've got ebooks, we've got workbooks, we've got mini courses, we've got templates, we've got lots of things like that, right? So go check out one of those after we're done to like figure out what your idea is if you're not even sure exactly what the format should be. But if you can't think of something that will make your audience's world, life, work, whatever better, use our good friend ChatGPT. So if I'm on ChatGPT, all I really need to know is that I want to make a digital product and who my people are. So if you don't know those things, you should probably go figure that out. But who are your people? Who watches your channel? Who is following you on Instagram? Who do you want to attract? Like figure that out first, and then just go into ChatGPT and type something like, I want to create a digital product that helps people wanting to build homes figure out how to make their rough plans and figure out their rough cost. Can you help me come up with ideas? This is in my husband's industry. He probably heard me and he's probably gonna be like, hey, I want that. Okay. No. Anyway, so you see here it's like, oh, genius idea, because I've trained my ChatGPT to like be a yes girl. But overall positioning ideas, dream to blueprint, home build starter kit, the home planner's playbook, and then it's got like formats. So interactive Notion or Google Sheets workbook, video walkthroughs, tutorials, PDFs, things like that. So like that's really cool. I can kind of mix and match what I want here. And then it shows me some like tool ideas that I could give them and some bonus add-ons. That's amazing. That's a great idea. Those are great ideas. Also, those bonus add-ons are going to come in really handy when we go to step 2. After I've fleshed out my idea and I know exactly what I want to do and I kind of have maybe multiple ideas that I could fit into something, this second part is kind of the key. It's kind of the thing that makes the monies. It is the thing that makes this go from a $5 digital product to a $45 digital product, or a $20 digital product to a $100 digital product, and really increases your cart value, which then allows you to make more moolah. And that is the funnel. So I funnel the products almost always. Like I never put out a digital product that isn't in some way in a funnel. And if you're not into the like funnel world, let me explain what that means. I could go on my website and I could set up a digital product to sell, right? Like I could be like, here is a mini course to sell. And I could sell that mini course for, let's say, $45. And they could buy that mini course and that's it, right? Or they could buy that Lightroom template and that's it. Or they could buy that Canva template and that's it. Or I could set that up in a way where it's still on my website, they can still get to it, but when they purchase that thing, they're also being told that they should upgrade for another $12 for something really awesome that goes with it, or upgrade again for another like $67 for something that's going to help them even better. This is where the money's made. And don't worry, we're going to talk about the software that I would recommend for you to do this with, but don't worry, there's a ton of softwares out there. So for instance, if you go check out my viral digital product, which I'm talking about in a digital product video, very meta. But if you go check that out, right, it's kind of a mini course. It's going to teach you how to actually create and sell your viral digital product. It's like a full course, okay? So if you go check out that sales page, you're going to see that I give you all of the info you need about this digital product. That's what this is, a digital product, okay? Then when you go to the checkout page, you are then going to be taken into the funnel options. So they can just check out for VDP, which they do a lot of times. Or they can add on a $37 low-cost luxury training, which teaches them how to create a low-cost funnel for their digital product. So literally what I'm telling you about right now. So the first part of this, the $97, the viral digital product, is going to teach them how to nail their market, how to figure out their niche, what their customer journey is, get their idea, actually create it, like easy to follow instructions on how to create it, market research, pricing, naming, like everything you need to know for digital products, right? Like that's gonna do it. And then this $37 upsell is going to teach them how to build out a funnel for their digital product that makes them more money. So it's kind of like the next step in their journey. They want to build out the digital product and then they're like, oh my gosh, yeah, could I build out a funnel to it? Yes, let me sign up for that. Then after they check out for this viral digital product thing, whether they just buy the top level or they buy the top level and the second level, after they check out, they're going to be offered my low-cost ads course. This is a course to help them run ads to their digital product to make even more money, okay? So this is like $249. So we went from them possibly spending $97 for this digital products, that's a course, which is great, to them potentially being able to spend $383 because you've got the $97 for the digital product, the $37 for the upsell, and then the $249 for the one-time offer. Now listen, a lot of you are probably watching this and being like, but I can't do that for my offer, or I can't do that for my audience, or I can't do that because of X, Y, and Z. And I'm here to tell you you're wrong. There have been a lot of people go through my program, my VDP program, which is Viral Digital Product, that have a completely different niche than I have or than you have, that have built out these funnels and made so much more money than they could have with just the digital product. Also, let's say you're someone who's like, oh, I'm going to sell my digital product on Etsy. There are still ways to funnel people from like Etsy or Creative Market or, whatever into a funnel. It may not be exactly like this, but there's still ways to do it. You can email them, you can get them to a thank you page, something that's going to allow them to upgrade their purchase. So now, instead of just a Lightroom preset, you create a funnel. Maybe it was a Lightroom preset to begin with, but now it's going to be Lightroom presets, and then they can add on even more Lightroom presets, or maybe they can add on video LUTs so that they have like the same look in video, or maybe they can add on templates of some sort. And I'll give an example here. So I take all the photos and then we do banners every year for our middle school sports. And my second son is about to go into middle school and then I'm done. But so we do a lot of this stuff where we're creating like these really cool posters or these social media graphics or things like that to really help the kids feel special. And those are templates that I could and should be, honestly, selling on somewhere like Etsy, where people go and type in like sports banner templates or photography templates or whatever, right? Like I could sell those. But in a funnel situation, instead of selling them just the templates, I could sell the templates and then as the order bump, be like, hey, do you want my 30-minute guide to taking better sports photos? That could be something they want. So now they're like, yes, I absolutely do want your 30-minute guide to taking better sports photos. And now the templates turn into selling two things, and then I could even offer them something else on the back end. So it's not just the one digital product, it's lots of digital products, and then you have lots more money. And all of this is set up one time, and you can sell it over and over again. Like I said a second ago, there's a ton of different ways to sell digital products and to make these funnels, but I'm going to show you my favorite way because I think it's the easiest. I think it's the one that most people will use. I think it's the most like high converting, easy platform that we have out there. And that is Stan Store. Now, this is not sponsored by Stan Store. Am I an affiliate? Absolutely, because I do love them. But Stan Store will let you go in and not only just sell just the digital product, but they'll also let you build out these same funnels. They'll let you build out funnels, they'll let you make sales pages, all the things. And everything is optimized for mobile. So if you're sending them from Instagram or whatever, it's all optimized for that. But you can also send them there from your YouTube channel and get just as good of traffic. I have used a lot of robust funnel software and honestly still do. So like I still use other softwares. I also use Stan Store. And when I tell you that Stan Store is quite literally the easiest one to use, I am not joking. Like give me a digital product that you've already created, and I could set up your entire funnel in Stan Store and have you ready to sell in like 30 minutes. No joke. So actually, let me jump into Stan Store really quick and show you what this looks like. Also, no, I did not create Stan Store. Everybody thinks that I created Stan Store because my last name is Stansberry and then I talk about Stan Store. I did not. I wish I did. I wish I had that forethought. I did not. But I do love it. Okay, so when you sign up for Stan Store, this is what it's gonna look like. Over here on the left, you're going to have all of these kind of little columns here that we'll walk through and I'll show you what they do. This is the way you lay out your store. And then over here on the right, let me actually zoom over, is a preview of what your store actually looks like. So this is gonna look different for everybody, but for the most part, we are going to get the store looking, awesome. So in your Stan Store, you can have whatever you want. I have opt-ins, so freebies. I have links to my YouTube channel. I have links to my paid things. I have links to my newsletter. I have links to affiliate links, like all of the things in here, okay? So again, mine looks something like this whenever it is pulled up on mobile. But again, you can pick whatever you want. So first things first with all of this, you've got the My Store thing, which is where you're going to spend most of your time. So all you have to do really here is go to edit design and figure out which one of the templates you want to use, and then you can pick the colors, which is really easy. You can also create landing pages here. So if you wanted to make, let's say, a sales page for your digital product, you can actually make a landing page here that you can send to people outside of your stand store, which is really cool. So you can do everything in here. Then the store part is where you add in all of the things that are going to be in your store. So you can add, like, well, let's just go to the bottom down here and we can just go to add product, and it'll show you everything you can add. Digital products, you can go ahead and sell your digital products right in here and give them access to the course or the PDFs or whatever they're getting. You can sell like a service or types of things that they don't get something delivered on, a membership, a community. You can also just link off to a URL and embed your media here. You can link off to a workshop or a webinar. There's e-course, coaching calls, and you can collect emails. So there's lots of things you can do in this store to help you sell your digital products. You can collect emails, and then those go into an email funnel, and then those sell your digital products. You can actually just have your digital products hosted here, and when people buy them, this is how they receive them. You can host a membership or community here. It's really freaking easy. So then while we're in here, you can actually create funnels. Now, we haven't driven a lot of traffic to these little pieces of the funnel. They were actually a test. But it's really cool because you can go ahead and build out a funnel just like what I was showing you earlier, right? So right now I have VDP, which is my main offer, and I have a $37 upsell, which is exactly what I showed you on my main page of my offer. So I can have that built straight in Stand Store. You can also do the auto DM feature. So again, this is something that I use. I use ManyChat sometimes and I use Stand Store sometimes. It kind of just depends. But here's one I did like yesterday or today on, if they comment gear or guide, it sends them a link to a bunch of my favorite camera gear. So super easy to do. And then once you publish, it literally just looks like your preview over here on the right, and you're done. Now, the last part of making a digital product and supplements my income from brand deals and affiliates and AdSense and all the things is to have funnel feeders. So I think a lot of times creators will create the digital products or the things, and they will make like one post about it and then never talk about it again. Don't do that. What you want to do is you want to specifically think about content. YouTube, Instagram, I don't care. Email, like I couldn't care less where you're putting the content. But content that is going to funnel people into this thing. If you're on YouTube, it could be a very specific call to action. It could be like, oh my gosh, you need to go grab XYZ, right? And you link it and it's like a very bold call to action within your video. Totally a thing. Totally okay. Or it could be a soft call to action. Like in this video, I talked about my course, Viral Digital Product, and I told you about it and I showed you about it, and I'm gonna link it below, and I'll probably pop the link across the screen right now since I'm talking about it, but that was kind of a soft mention, a soft sell. But this video, if it does well, could continue to get me sales over and over and over again. So it's a funnel feeder that I have just out there working for me. Same thing goes with any kind of content you're creating. Make sure you leave space for creating content that leads to your digital products in your content calendar. So, if you're on Instagram or on YouTube, like remember to tell people about this thing that you have. On YouTube, it's really easy to link your stuff below. Even if that video isn't about that thing, you can still have that link. On Instagram, you can have the link in your bio, the link straight to your Stand Store in your bio. You can also use Stand Store to have like DM automations. So this is like ManyChat where somebody can like comment a word and then you'll like DM the link or whatever. You can do that straight in Stand Store. So with Stand Store, you could set up your digital products, your funnels, like have all of this running, and then also also be selling in your Instagram DMs on automation. So good. And then honestly, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk a little bit about ads. I know most people are not going to use ads. They're overwhelming. They're a little bit scary, especially as a creator. You're just like, let my content sell for me. And I totally get that. But you can use ads to kind of feed the funnel in both ways. So if you run ads, you can obviously make more money and like sell more things, but you can also get more people coming into your audience and into your ecosystem that didn't know about you before and can then come watch your content and things like that. So it's a kind of a double-edged, like, good sword. I don't know, what would that be? It's not a double-edged sword because a sword is bad, but a double-edged good thing, you know? I'm teaching you inside those courses how to use your organic content to promote it. So the next step is to use paid advertising to promote it too. Or that's why I have that as an add-on in that bundle. That is quite literally the system that I have used and continue to use and will continue to use for digital products to make me money. So I can be out here creating content about whatever I want to create content about, and my digital products are selling in the background and making me money as I do the thing. I made 2 sales this morning of like $250. So like, why would I not do that? And creator to creator come closer. You don't know when the brand deals are going to dry up, or the AdSense is going to dry up, or the client work, like whatever you're doing, when all of those things are going to have a lull or a dry spot or whatever. So if you can supplement and add to your income streams with something like digital products, I think it's a good idea. So that's just my 2 cents. So if you want to learn more about digital products, I will link VDP below, which is my course on how to do this. But also, if you want to learn more about Stand Store, I will link it below too. You definitely get like a free trial of some sort going through my link. I just don't remember what it is right now. I probably should have checked that before I filmed the video. I'm sorry, but all of that will be linked below. And until next time, bye.